So let's break it down. 3D is known or is short for third dimension. 5D is short for fifth dimension. It represents states of consciousness, not physical locations. And I know you probably know this, but for those who's popping in the video who don't know, these describe a vibrational state, vibrational reality, right? Ways of perceiving, ways of experiencing, ways of expressing life. The 3D state is rooted in duality, control, and identification with form. It's where the mind dominates and life is filtered through fear, competition, and separation. In 3D, you see yourself as an individual surviving in the world of others. And I'm speaking generally. This may not apply to everybody, but for the general, okay? Emotions like jealousy, judgment, they thrive here because they mirror the illusion that you are separate from source. You're separate from others and from purpose, separate from your purpose. The 5D state, fifth dimension, is the frequency of unity consciousness. It's not better, it's simply higher, a vibration aligned with love, truth, and harmony. In 5D, you see beyond form. You perceive energy, intention, and interconnectedness. It's a word, yes. You don't just exist in the 5D, you embody. You shift from reacting to responding. You shift from reacting to responding, from competing to co-creating. Somebody say co-creating. From fear to faith. The 5D self doesn't need to prove worth. It remembers it. The 5D self doesn't need to prove worth. It remembers it. The shift from 3D to 5D isn't a leap. It's a process. Let me say that again. The shift from 3D to 5D isn't a leap. It's a process of remembering. It happens each time you choose compassion over control. It happens each time you choose awareness over anxiety. It happens each time you choose alignment over attachment. It looks like this in the 3D life, our real 3D life right here. 3D seeks validation, the likes, the comments, the views, right? I'm just talking about social media stuff right now. The 5D radiates self-acceptance. I accept myself, no matter what anybody else think or feel about me. 3D clings to the outcome, right? 5D flows with trust. Come on, somebody. You got the 5D trust. Ha! Feel like I'm preaching. The 3D sees mistakes as failures. The 5D sees them as refinements, right? I'm just being refined. This is not a failure, it's a lesson. I'm refining because I'm divine fine. Somebody say divine fine. The 3D reacts from pain, right? The 5D responds from presence. Whew. I know I've been in some 3D pain moments, responding from pain. You know what I mean? The 3D reacts from pain. The 5D responds from presence. The 3D says, why me? Why me, God? Why me, oh Lord? Why me? While the 5D says, what is this teaching me? I've been in 5D lately. What am I learning from this? What is this teaching me? Sorry, y'all I'm across from a school. They're having some good old time at recess. You remember recess? Right, that's where 5D was happening. Some of us 3. Let me get back to the lesson. 3D measures worth through doing. 3D measures worth through doing, performance. 5D honors worth through being. 5D honors worth through being. So you know I got to ask you these questions right here. You know what I mean? Because we talking about enlightenment, right? We talking about going to the next level, right? Going to a higher frequency. So with that said, what beliefs or habits keep you anchored in the 3D fear or separation? What beliefs do you have that keep you anchored? And I want you to think about an anchor like on a ship. The bigger the ship, the bigger the anchor, right? Because it stops it from moving, at least it's supposed to, right? What beliefs or habits keep you anchored in the 3D fear or the 3D separation? How do you practice 5D awareness, which is love, trust, and unity in your daily choices? How do you practice 5D awareness, which is love, trust, and unity, to name a few, in your daily choices? And last but not least, where can you bring more compassion and less control? Something just flew on me from on there. Sorry about that. Where can you bring more compassion and less control into your relationships? And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. It could be familiar relationships, family relationships, friendships, right? Professional relationships, right? Where can you bring more compassion and less control into relationships? Whew, this was a good one right here. 3D versus 5D. I'm gonna leave you with this affirmation. I rise in awareness each time I choose love over fear. I rise in awareness each time I choose love over fear. And choosing love over fear don't mean that you are taken advantage of. It don't mean that because I love you, I'm gonna let you run all over me. No. Because I love you, I'm gonna let you go ahead and just take advantage. Because I love you, I'm gonna let you run me rampant. No. Because I love you, I'm gonna give you all I got and I'm gonna have nothing and I'm just gonna be feeling like nothing. No. That ain't love. Alright. This resonate with anybody, you know what to do. Hit them comments. Hit that heart if that you like that. You know what I mean? But if this is not for you, like my auntie would say, take the meat and leave the bones. If this energy, this word is not for you, leave it right here. That's okay. It's for somebody else. You know what I mean? If all of it wasn't for you, cool. Take the parts that is. All right, y'all. Peace. Shout out to Big R for this comment, for commenting, for the support. Shout out to you, Big R. Thank you so much for the comment, because without the comment, this conversation, this video would never happen. Big ups to Big R, y'all. Whoop, whoop.